Very well. I wish I knew, bro. I know as much as you do. The writers keep us pretty much in the dark this season, but we do know that we're going back to the kind of the theme of season one, keeping it pretty tight with the core four, a lot of high school stuff. Because it's the last year in high school, I think we're really going to embrace the senior year.
Will we get to see some normalcy in the senior year before all of that craziness happens?
I think so. I think more of the storyline will be among the relationships and the emotional side of things with the core four. Again, like the first season, that was more the vibe.
What can you say about the first episode back? I imagine it's a little bit difficult to out.
Yeah.
What can you say about it?
Yeah, I mean, we have a couple more days left on the first episode. Obviously, we are kind of dealing with the passing of Luke and making that work in the story. But yeah, it's obviously been tough. But I think, it's the right thing to do. And I think the story that Roberto wrote, the episode, is really good. And yeah, I think for Archie this season, his story is centered around kind of honoring the legacy of his father.
Can you tell us about the fans reaching out after the tragedy?
What about it?
Like, how's been the outpour from the fans?
Haven't really been engaging with the fans about that.
Well, season one we see Archie as the football star artist. Season two we see him kind of as a gangster. Season three as a boxer. What would you like to explore in season four for Archie?
What would I like to explore?
Yeah.
I think, like I said before, it's the core four, I think, is, what really draws people to the show. And I think the storylines among the four of us are the ones that are the most popular and the ones that people are drawn to. So, I mean, I just love the opportunity to be able to work with the other three more. You know what I mean? I'm always fighting someone or in prison somewhere, and I never get to work with them. So I'd be happy, with more storylines with them.
Tell me about Archie's love life this season.
Vachi's going strong. We see that a lot in the first episode too. Obviously, there's a lot going on for Archie. So Veronica, is a solid rock for him during that process. So yeah, they're going strong. We'll see what happens though. Anything can happen. This is Riverdale.
At the end of the season, Archie and Ben trying to rebuild this town. Be a big storyline.
Yeah, so Mad Dog and Archie end up doing a lot of stuff this season. We find out Mad Dog's real name as well in, I think, episode 2, which is pretty sick, and his possibility of being introduced into the Bulldogs, which is going to be some fun dynamics between Reggie and Mad Dog and Archie and stuff with the whole football thing. But I'm excited to get back to the football. I think that was another thing that we kind of lost along the way, which means more vixens and more of that kind of stuff too. Yeah.
Was Archie good at football?
I can't remember. Was he? Or was he pretty shitty? I remember Reggie just kept thumping him every time at practice. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. I know that he's playing a different position this year, a cooler position.
Are there also plans for you guys to play your again this year?
I think there will be a throwback episode. No one's told us for sure, but I think based off of how popular it was last season, I think for sure we're going to do another one and another musical episode and stuff.
Do you have any particular musicals you're rooting for?
Don't know anything about musicals. I'll do whatever they throw at me. I'm going to do my best.
Have y'all heard anything about like a Sabrina crossover? Or?
I mean, at this stage, it's all still just chat, just people talking. I don't know. I don't know if Roberto, he's got a lot going on at this point, so we'll see. That'll be fun, though. I'd love it.
Would you like to see Archie catch a break at all this season? He's kind of had a rough ride the first 3 seasons.
He's had a rough ride. It would be nice to have a break. Maybe Roberto can write me off for a couple of weeks. I can go to Hawaii or something.
Will you write Hawaii into it?
Yeah.
Well, the character of Archie, it's a very physical role. How do you prepare for those, for the boxing and everything?
It's a grind, bro. It's a grind. I go to the gym every day. I mean, I don't particularly, that's probably one of the hardest things that go a lot of the time unnoticed is that when you're working so long on set, you got to find time to also work out as well because I got my shirt off every day pretty much. So, yeah, it's tough. It's probably one of the hardest parts, I think, for me, just because I enjoy my own time, and not all the time I want to be going to the gym and stuff after work. So it's tough, but maybe one day I'll be able to ask them to give me a gym on set or something. Wink, wink, Warner Brothers.
Build a set and then you can just use it.
Yeah, exactly.
What do you like?
Well, all the weights on set are all fake. They're all fake.
That's disappointing.
Mm.
What do you like to do on your downtime?
Sleep.
Like,
Yeah.
Have you walked the floor at all for Comic-Con? Have you
I haven't.
incognito kind of?
No, I haven't done it. I know Cole's going to do that at some stage. He's got himself a good mask, I think, to be able to walk around.
Oh, and what's the mascot?
Definitely not telling you that.
I tried.
There's been some, like, throughout each season, there's so many, like, OMG moments on Riverdale. What has been your favorite to film, and then what was your favorite to watch?
OMG moment. I think my favorite to film was probably breaking out of prison. I think that for me was pretty fun. I think all the fight stuff also was really fun for me. I think we're pretty much done all the fighting that we can possibly do. I don't know how they're going to do more of that, but I really like the physical stuff. Yeah.
Oh yes, I do.
Are you excited to walk the floor today?
I'm a Godzilla fanatic. I've been collecting figurines of Godzilla since I was probably 7. Got the exclusive Comic-Con poster last year. Saw it twice in theaters. Got the soundtrack. But there are these really cool figurines this year that I'm going to try and snag.
Have you been to Japan yet?
Yeah, I've been to Japan. I haven't gone to the Toho thing, which I really want to do. But I've been to Japan twice.
So, what can you tell us about Jughead and that final scene?
Not much. I think the narrative that we're exploring this year is the prep school narrative, which is going to serve as the setting that flash forward is taking place within. Is this sort of pretentious, rich society of people in this prep school that Jughead just sort of gets thrown into. But otherwise, yeah, I don't know too much about it. I know that he's only back in Riverdale on the weekends. That's all I really know.
Will we get to see some good moments in season 4?
I think so. I mean, the way it's shaping up now, it looks like they're pretty good. But it wouldn't surprise me if his lack of presence there is going to create some tension. You know, you gotta have some drama, reel them in. But yeah, it looks like they're pretty good. I mean, I think a lot of the relationships this season revolve around the core four sort of clinging to each other before this inevitable departure into the different phases of their life with college applications and where they'll end up going. So it's really, I think it's tight-knit this season, and everyone really wants to hold on to each other.
AJ was saying that this season is kind of a more typical high school experience, but I feel like you personally do not necessarily have that. Like, do you get to kind of live that, like, all-American, life through the show?
Sure. I mean, I was raised in the States, so, you got, and I had a lot of my friends who were going to public high school. Oh, thanks. Public high school, so I would inject myself into situations like that. So it's not like I miss so much of it. But yeah, I think it's fun. I don't know how much you'll see us be doing homework this season, but I think we're certainly playing around with that return to season 1 form of like grounded high school experience.
As many mob bosses.
Not as many mob bosses, or matriarchal ninja battles or.
For the musical episode, Jughead doesn't sing much. For you, when you read that, you're like, oh man, I wish Jughead would get in there more, or are you like, good, easy day?
I don't really mind the whole singing thing. My only criteria is that it makes sense for the character. In the first musical episode, they were all on stage and dancing and stuff, and I thought, this is not really what I think he would be doing. But the way we tooled it in season 2, or sorry, this last musical was he was going through this heartbreaking experience and just happened to be a song. So I don't really mind if it makes sense for the character. It makes sense for the character, and I like doing it. But it's when it seems out of character that I kind of go, not do it, because I just love singing.
And when the flash forward, we saw them burning the beanie. Are you going to miss wearing that?
I think so. I mean, it's fun to get. That's like the perfect way to get into characters. You put the little hat on, and you're immediately Jughead. But something grave must have really happened if he's doing that, or he's just really tired of head lice.